Hope will find a way, even when all is forlorn.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Crown League. Today I'll be solo casting for a while. My name is Woody. A pleasure to be here. And today we have Jiashi against Zephyr with the bands already live. We have Vaxana and Arlov to start off this evening. And what will teams draft for? Let's find out. Also, don't forget to vote who will win. Like, it's interesting to see who you guys favor. A care coming through, probably landing to a Claude on gold lane. Also
Time to drop the beat of the flash.
am I still alive? I might have some energy issues. So we're one down before the picks start coming through. So far we have a very meta-centric bats with Vaxana, Carey, and Nolan from the side of Jiashi and Matilda, Joy, and Arlo from the side of Zephyr. The first pick, Minotaur and Dig are open, Ruby is open. I would probably lean into Ruby in this match. What do Jiashi think? Chicha. A solid XP laner, but from what I heard, Pajita counters pretty hard in lane, and you can't really flex this pick, so a rather dry and comfortable pick. Elsborg, another decent counter for Chicha. Now, do you dare to go for a mage, Novaria? Looks like Novaria is locked, so a lot of poking with Astro Nico, Astro Echo, and a lot of vision from the side of Zephyr. I would love to see a gold lane response.
I see lots of.
And there we go, Roger locked in. And looks like a Roger gold lane, in fact. That's a bit early. You can definitely counter Roger with some... Ooh, Faram, is this early? I don't like this. With Valentina open, you can still go Novaria roam, Valentina mid lane, and steal that Claude altar. Netherall.
Come on, Dexter. It's our
I remember my ultimates correctly. Claude locked in. I don't like Claude. Roger kinda bullies him early game. And there's a lot of die potential from the side of Jiashi. So, slightly uncomfortable picks in my opinion from both teams, but the second ban phase is starting. With Nolan being banned, not Nolan, Nathan being banned, Fredrin to follow.
You should.
This looks like a gold lane ban coming from Zephyr. Like, it seems like they don't believe in gold lane. And gold lane Roger. Sorry, my tongue is a bit sore tonight.
Horology is my craft.
Dig is reasonable. There's not a lot of crowd control, so Minotaur instantly following. A Tigreal could come through here. A lot of crowd control. Alternatively, maybe a Grog for a fast mid lane clear and then high poke in early game. Well, Squishy. Tell us what you got, Squishy. Kufra.
Team is picking.
That's pretty interesting considering the only dash hero is Roger on the opposing side.
Thorns remain.
Oh, Lancelot comes through. If this was something like a Baksha, the Kufra would be utterly useless in this composition, and you have to be kidding me, Achu. You choose 2 dash heroes into a Kufra?
Your
That's
team is
brave,
picking.
very brave from the side of Jiashi. And now you need either a jungler or an XP laner. Dyref is pretty nice. I think Martis is also good here, considering there's no real tank. Only fighters and assassins from the opposing side.
This land is
And the
our land,
Lapu,
and it
meaning
will
this
soon be our burial
Exborg is
ground.
going to jungle? That is... I think that's rather brave from the side of Zephyr.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh, Kronos.
What's up? What's up?
Welcome back.
Nice to. I don't know who I'm talking to. Sorry.
This is
Russian.
Woody, bro.
Nice to see you, Woody. I came at the right time too. You just went off there, didn't you? Nice going parallel. Sorry about that. I completely forgot. Let me know when they're on.
Welcome back. Kronos just joined us, and we're in today's game. We're in the Land of Dawn, and make your support known for our teams, guys. So Kronos, have you already seen the drafts, or are you fresh in the game?
Hello, Woody. I am fresh. I missed out the draft a little bit, but I am fresh. Took a nice shower before I got here. And here we are to look at this game for today in the Crown League. Like Woody said, we are in the Land of Dawn indeed. We have a Roger in the gold lane with a Faramis in the mid lane. I like that going, but the Cho as a pickoff potential in the roam position, not the greatest compared to a Kufra because he can take you down, but there is that opportunity to pick someone off. But on the other side, Hockey going in for this Exborg in the jungle might prove to be a little bit of a counter for Serrata, but all we will find out in the nick of time, because you can see Squishy here. He is at the bouncing ball, Tyrant's Revenge, and meanwhile Ice Flame Rose trying to get a little bit of damage to Astral Meteor, and you can see Faram is going in, forces the flicker out from Squishy. He feels a little squishy right there. Meanwhile, in the top lane, you can see that Hockey is about to gank, lost my everything, going into the gold lane this time compared to the jungle that I saw in the previous match for their team. And meanwhile, in the EXP lane, it's just a small battle going on, Woody.
Well, so far it seems like a very tame, very careful game from both teams. I really want to see a bit more aggression from this Faramis and Chu mid combo, as they both have insane early game poke damage. But of course, it's pretty hard to poke with Novaria revealing your every move.
That is true, right? You have this Astral Echo that provides so much vision, and that's the whole point of this Novaria. Ice Flame Rose will be key when it comes to these big team fights that they have to win. But in order for
the turtle is coming up, and Lancelot is still on his blue buff. This could be.
Oh, look at Squishy.
Kufra going in.
Almost about to get something. Bouncing ball to get out there. Serrata, Jikundo, he doesn't have the way of the dragon, so I'm not sure what he's thinking, but that's the Astral Echo we were talking about, Woody. And you can see, look at that Paradox going in with the bravest fighter, but the Retribution.
Securing the third.
Oh my god.
Wait, Chu?
Way of the dragon!
Way of the dragon, that's beautiful.
Thorn Rose, he gets the kill. That was beautiful coming. The snipe from Ice Flame Rose as well, right on point. But at the end of the day, they did lose out on the fight. You can say that Jiashi was Zephyr. This is going to be a really good game.
The way of the dragon coming from Sorata the Chu was definitely impressive, like very precise, catching Hockey after his Frag armor was destroyed. Now we can see a bit of poking from the XP lanes as Lap Lap fights with Bravest Warrior and Lancelot is coming from behind.
I don't think that's a little bit of damage. That was a lot. But meanwhile, the top lane, you see Way of the Dragon going on the Squishy. I don't think it's the right target because Fresco is the one that you want to get. He did use the Blazing Duet. And you can see Atala going in, Ghostbusters along with the Phantom Stampede. Will they get the kill? Look at Sarati. He's so low. He's being taken down. Even lower the Shunpo just to get out of there. And Roger going in with the Lycan Pounce. But they are backing out with the BMI.
I was really confused about Lost just going in there with that Roger 1 and 3, but he makes it work. Oh, sorry again, I have energy problems.
What do you think about, Woody, what do you think about, this gold lane Roger?
I think it's pretty good counter meta pick. Like, I see it gaining a bit more popularity lately. Definitely good against those big setup heroes like Ixia or Melissa.
Hockey, he's so low puncture. He gets the kill on towards Hockey. Ilone finally picks something up, but goes down himself. I think Ice Flame Rose did get an assist out of that. Not really sure, but in
it's
the
really
meantime,
not worth it that Lancelot had 2 kills, and he died under a turret, giving a lot more gold than Hockey's death. So.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely. But look at Squishy this time. Oh, he gets pulled back with the Shadow Stampede. There's the Jeet Kune Do. He wants to go for the Way of the Dragon, but Atala doesn't have the damage. But here comes the Cavalry. Divine Paradox, quite defined with his bravest fighter Shunpo out of the way. So Rada flickers out as well. But Mika going in with the Yo-Yo Blitz and the Shadow Stampede again, pulling him back. But there it is Squishy with the Tyrant's Revenge Rage. Vengeance coming out. But will they get the kill? Bouncing ball just to make sure it doesn't dash out of there. That is the kill. And Thorn Rose Ilone picks up 1 for himself. But now he cannot contest with the
can't really go for turtle this long.
Exactly.
And honestly, that fight was very drawn out. Like, both teams not really having any good follow combinations.
Oh, speaking of combination, Ice Flame Rose, that's the flicker out. But look at Fresco Blazing Duet going in. I think he can survive. There it is. The Nether Realm coming in, but they pick up the kill. Hockey gets it after that big Laugh Insanity.
That was very beautifully timed by Hockey. Like, just second perfect because Lancelot could dash out. He still had the dash, he was just stunned from that Nether Realm. And it was literally seconds per second, like no means of escape, perfectly timed from Hockey's side. But at the same time, the top lane turret was lost. So once again, the score may be equal, but the objective play is on the side of Jiashi.
Yeah, Jiashi, look at that. They want to get a kill on the press. Go there's Jeet Kune Do. They want to go to the Way of Dragon, but there's nobody to follow. Look at that. He's trying to get. Oh, he's Fresco. He has the Blazing Duet. Yes, he goes for it big time. And you can see Atala falling down. That was an instant delete coming in. Hockey used the last Insanity Ilone. He might go. He's not able to dash out of that thanks to the bouncing bubble. Lost my everything coming in with the Lycan Pounce on this Roger. We'll have to back up with this. The Cavalry and Fresco taking the damage 1 by 1. Look at that. He just used NetherRealm to help the team survive. So I think this is a big win for Zephyr.
Looks like the bottom lane tower was destroyed in the meanwhile. Lapo owning the Chiche for now. Quite interesting to see. I expected Lapo to be slightly worse in this matchup, but seemingly he is the dominant force in the XP lane. But that was definitely too deep by Sorat. There was no one who could follow in that red buff territory, which forced 2 players to go down.
Oh, look at that. They get the kill on Divine Paradox. A little bit off camera, but at the same time, you were saying, right, Woody, like you like this. I mean, you think this Gold Roger is good? Do you like it?
I think it has a lot of poke potential and it's very strong against heroes that require setup, that just stand in one place and have no means of escape, while the Roger can dash in, dash out, and at the
But-
same time, just...
No, I was saying like I understand that it's a really good pick. Like I think this Roger in the gold lane is kind of like a double-edged sword, right? If it works, it's really good. But if it doesn't work, your team is just lacking the damage, right? Because he's not a pure marksman. Yes, he's a marksman fighter, but the damage of a pure marksman is just completely different when you're comparing it to a fighter marksman. Like for example, the Roger, and let's take someone that's not even in the meta, like a Mia maybe. You know the Mia is going to be dangerous in the late game, but Roger, not so much. If the opponents have equal farm, it just goes to the Roger has to go in the right time. Mia can 1v5, Layla can 1v5. I mean, let's take meta marksman. This Claude can, the carry can, Ixia can as well, but Roger needs the support of his team, and when he doesn't have the support, it doesn't really work out. You can see Ilone puncturing his way in. Bravest Fighter coming up with Divine Paradox. There it is, Phantom Execution, but doesn't pick up the Retribution, and he will go down as well. Last Insanity being used. Sorata goes down to the Blazing Duel. That's a double kill. Atala might fall as well. Yes, he will, and that is a killing spree going. Look at this, Roger. He can't really do much. He's just getting chunked down real low, but Squishy! Beautiful! The flicker! Oh my god, Woody. What can we say? The way that they're playing looks like they're going to take this game quite easily.
Well, this combination was quite interesting because you really expect that Faramis and Cho combination to do a lot in early game, to put a lot of pressure, and so far we've really seen very little pressure from them. It's mostly been Ilone doing the damage, securing the kills. And I really didn't see any viable mid ganks from the side of Jiashi. Or am I supposed to start?
No. No, that's the thing, right? You're absolutely right. There was no mid lane, there was no mid game pressure. Oh, look at that Purify just to get out of the way of Dragon. Sorata won't have that big ultimate, but at the same time, Presco won't have that Purify. So I think it's an even trade. But like you were saying, like there was no pressure in the early game, there was no pressure in the mid game. So the point of having this Cho to pick someone off is completely out of the table. So now you're relying on Ilone to get to the backline to catch Ice Flame Rose. But at the same time, you need someone to get Presco. And if you don't get the knockup on Presco, and the only knockup available is the Jeep Kundo, and you can see, look at that, they're going in Phantom Execution just to get out of there. This team fight is being extended, and you know Zephyr are pressing their advantage, and there it is. They get the kill onto Sorata. This is what I was talking about. Now and exactly what you were saying too, Woody. Like, since Sorata didn't apply that pressure in the early game, now this Roger doesn't have the damage that the team needs. And now they have to rely on their survivability from Atala with the Nether Realm and maybe wait for the right timing. And if Ilone can pick someone off, it's there. But who's going to get them low enough for that to happen?
I mean, ideally what you want to do is look at the game plan for both teams. For Zephyr, it's very clear. Get that tier 2 in top lane and just continue from there. Farm the jungle, freeze everything, secure the Lord. For the side of Jiashi, you really want Sorata to camp that bottom lane, maybe get a one-person pick-off, and then try to counter-engage in a 5-on-4.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right, Woody? Like, yeah, this Cho can get a pick-off. Let's say, who is he going to kill, though? Like, who is he going to get? He cannot kill Hockey because he has Frog Armor, Immortality. Squishy is not the right target. Look at that. Ilone, he's going to die. Yeah, he goes down. I was just, there's...
I mean, you need to catch whoever is pressuring that far lane, the one that can be helped, so that would be Divine Paradox. You need to secure him, and you need Mecha and Ilone to do the damage to kill the Lapu while he's still stunned.
Oh, look at that. Lost him everything. He tried to get it, but Novaria is just too hard to catch. The Divine Paradox, yeah, that's the target now that you're saying. But how many resources that they have to pull out to kill this Lapu Lapu in this Bravest Fighter stance? It's gonna be so hard. So I think
that's the point. You need to catch him before. You need to camp a bush, maybe flicker, and Way of the Dragon him. But you can't really kill anybody else, as they will be in a 4-man group. They will be camping you, and they have no reason to engage before this Lord comes.
Look at that, Divine
Which
Paradox.
they do, and Squish loses quite a substantial amount of HP. quite fortunate to be alive still.
Yeah, I want to take a look at their items a little bit just to see if anyone has, that dominance ice. Yeah, you see, only Sorata has the dominance ice. So if they kill Sorata a little early, and then this Lapu Lapu is going to be a little, and Hockey is going to be a little unstoppable. There's
Well,
no
the thing
anti-heal
is,
to negate that pressure.
Paradox is the second wealthiest player. The third wealthiest player on that 9,000 gold mark. So he has the most items equipped and he has the immortality. So picking him off is now really impossible.
Look at that, they're going in their realm. Thorn Rope
Look
being
at
used.
the-
The Lord is still there. Last Insanity. They get the kills one after the other. This Roger gets finally one kill, but what can they do? Look at the minions
it's too
going in.
late. The base form and focus. Minions on site. It's just a little too late. And that is the first match of the night.
I mean, what do you think, Woody? What do you think was the problem for, like, Jiashi? I know Zephyr had a brilliant draft, right? Good
I
draft.
think that Paramus was the problem. Like, you died very early on. You didn't really stack the marks. You don't get that 40% magic damage buff. And you didn't really exude any pressure from mid lane on rotations or counter ganks. So I think it was just the gameplay more than the picks. These picks look pretty solid from both teams.
Okay, so you're saying, like, Atala should rotate a little bit more when it comes to the early mid-game phase, because you have a Cho that's good early game. The lost my everything on this Roger is so strong.
I mean, at first point, like I would say, don't pick a Chu and a Lancelot into a Kufra, or right after a Kufra was selected, but yeah, just rotate a little more actively, maybe clear mid a little bit faster, and play for that early game because you have amazing damage.
You're absolutely right. They have the damage, they have the early damage, the pick-off potential was there, but they weren't able to execute it perfectly. Yes, you have Squishy on the school for there's a bit of a counter, but you have to play with the cards that you're dealt, and they didn't really do their best, but I think they have the potential for a comeback, right? But anyways, we will be back, folks. We'll take a short break, and don't go anywhere. Stay right here. We'll be back in like 10 seconds. Don't go anywhere.